You are a criminal wanted by multiple planets, various afterlives, across several different timelines. Yet, you have no idea why. You have never tried to commit any crimes to your knowledge. You ran long. You ran well. The run-in's over now. The words came out in a slow jerky drawl over the translator. The lipless mouth that was saying the words didn't move and the half-dozen opalescent eyes of the creature saying them didn't blink. None of you ever tell me what I did, Kella said. It was to buy time. She needed time. Her eyes searched the deep space refueling depot restroom for an escape. The pistol in her waistband cut into her back. There was only one exit in this room and it was right behind the stringy creature with its two right hands on what she assumed were blasters and its two left hands extended out toward her in a gesture that clearly meant, don't move. The bounty hunter wore a white hat with a brim that ran even in a perfect white circle around a concave peak on the top. She'd never seen anything like it. It moved one hand from one of its weapons and seemed to relax. It pushed the hat it wore back a little with a three-fingered hand. I ain't brought in to pursue unless the quarry is a future issue, so to speak. That is to say, it is a future crime that y'all are guilty of. I don't know what it is you's gonna do, but it's mighty awfulin'. Kel cut her pursuer off. The words were coming slow and thick, and she hated the way the translator was spitting them out. But your hunting of me might be driving me to do it if it's in the future. Just let me go, I'll live my life on some backwater planet. Please. I'm so tired of running. She glanced into a mirror, and her reflection winked at her. She didn't wink back. Darlin', you've jumped 6 timelines, and if the report is right, escaped 3 different afterlives. Whatever you're gonna do no matter what. I ain't seen many like you, so tightly woven to the fabric of reality, a key figure in the tapestry of all. It waved one right hand and both left hands in the air at nothing and everything. This. I just want to be left alone. Please. Out of the corner of her eye, she watched her reflection walk out of the lit round mirror. That piece of her was always a wild card but seemed to show up when she most needed it. The bounty hunter drew its weapon. Let's get sweetie. Maybe the people that's paying'll let you live somewhere after Tay's figured out how to stop whatever it is you's gonna do. Hands up. Now. The toilet nearest them flushed, and the stringy alien spun toward it. As the creature turned and fired its weapon into the empty stall, Kel activated a stem pack, and it slammed her body into overtime. She felt like she could see the shot from its weapon leaving the barrel. Everything in the world but her moved in slow motion. Kel reached behind her back with blinding speed, pulled her pistol, and brought it down to bear on her would-be captor. She held down the trigger as she lasered the bounty hunter from their crotch to the crown of its ridiculous white hat. It fell into 2 separate piles, as if it had no bones. Just crumpled straight down. The stem pack wore off in a few seconds that felt like an hour. She was exhausted. Kellis tucked the pistol back into her waistband and looked at the mirror. She saw herself looking out from the smoking hole in the stall door smiling. She gave her mirror self a thumbs up. Her mirror self stuck her hand through the hole in the stall door with a thumb up in response. Kel owed her reflection 10 times over. I hope someday I get to help you, she said to her reflection. The reflection was no longer in the stall and stood where she stood. It shrugged, and once again, it was just her reflection, moving perfectly in sync with her own movements. Kellis moved to the door and peeked out. The lot was empty, save for her ship, and the bounty hunters. She snaked the keys out of one of the 2 piles of